I just finished seeing Solo. Has the Harrison Ford torch been handed down to the young Han? Let's check it out. Hello everyone. Welcome to my full movie review for Solo, a Star Wars story. Let me start out saying up front that this review contains spoilers. If you have not yet seen the movie, I would encourage you to delay watching my review till you have the opportunity to see it. You still here? Okay. We board the Millennium Falcon and journey to a galaxy far, far away in Solo, a Star Wars story, an all-new adventure with the most beloved scoundrel in the galaxy. Through a series of daring escapades deep within a dark and dangerous criminal underworld, Han Solo meets his mighty future co-pilot Chewbacca and encounters the notorious gambler Lando Calrissian in a journey that will set the course of one of the Star Wars saga's most unlikely heroes. My first impression of this film is, wow. As a longtime fan for this franchise, I was always curious about Solo's story, especially about this Kessel Run heist. I believe that this story needed to be told. The action was great. The relationship between Han and Chewie was moving, from the great train robbery blunder to eventually stealing the unrefined hyperfuel coaxium from the spice mines of Kessel kept me in suspense. The stars within this movie were by far Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Lando Calrissian. Let's start out with Han Solo, played by Alden Ehrenreich. I enjoyed him being cast as a young Han. I believe he nailed all the mannerisms associated with this character, even down to the smirky face expressions. Even though he wanted to portray himself as a tough guy smuggler, you saw scenes where he cared about doing the right thing when a situation called for it. It brought a tear to my eye when he first received his trademark gun and holster. I had goosebumps when Han was introduced to the Millennium Falcon. Of course, where you see one, you see the other. The scene where Han meets Chewbacca, played by Jonas Suotamo, for the first time was priceless. Who would ever have thought that learning a second language could make the difference between life or death? Both Han and Chewie played so well off each other. Also, the scene during the train heist was awesome. Talk about opposites attract. We now have Lando Calrissian, played by Donald Glover. Glover was the perfect representation of a young Calrissian. He had that savvy pimp fly look. Even his charming mannerisms towards women was perfect to the T. When tragedy reared its ugly head, we saw another side where he became vulnerable. We were introduced to many new characters, but here are some that really stood out for me. For example, Kira, played by Emilia Clarke. She was Han's girlfriend. There came a moment where they were on the run, but got separated at the airport, not being able to see each other again for 2 to 3 years. When the two finally meet again, she is now working for a crime syndicate. Her fight scene with crime lord Dryden Voss was good. L337, played by Phoebe Walker-Bridge. This was a female droid with an attitude. I love the scene where L337 freed and liberated the other robots. Even though L337 was destroyed, at least we know that her AI conscience has remained with the Millennium Falcon to this day. Dryden Voss, played by Paul Bettany. He oversaw the underground crime syndicate. The first time we see Dryden, it's during the middle of him killing someone. He was also nice with the blade. In viewing this film, we got to see some wonderful eye-candy moments. For example, the revealing of Darth Maul. seeing at the end how Han won the Millennium Falcon from Lando. I knew that I really loved the movie, but I still had some issues with the film. So what did I have a problem with? Well, I have the following 3 issues. Issue number 1. Even though the film had good pacing, I felt that there were scenes that appeared to be rushed or missing. Issue number 2. The obvious betrayal from Beckett, just for his statement, "Don't trust anyone," was seen a mile away. Last issue, number 3. I wanted more backstory from the villain, Lord Dryden Voss. Question: is it just me, or are you also getting a bit fatigued ordering the same type of seafood? Is there something else besides squid jelly? With that said, it's time to give my overall rating score for this movie. Based on my likes and dislikes, I'm going to give Solo, a Star Wars story, 8 stars. So that's my full review of Solo, a Star Wars story. If you like my reviews and or other content, please subscribe and post your comments below. Till then, see you at the movies.